Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. If you like this watch, reach out to me and my crew directly at our new direct service email for this channel, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. Today we are discussing the new flavor of 2009, 500 pieces and a limited edition. This was the big story in 09 at JLC, the Grande Reverso Duodate, also known as the Reverso 986. This is a full-sized Reverso with both a second time function and a date, comprised of two separate dials and a rotating chassis of extraordinary grace. This is a substantial case. Now let's zoom out a little bit and show the watch in scale on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist. It's built for a larger wrist than mine, and I would recommend that the minimum wrist size for this watch be something along the lines of 17 centimeters. The timepiece measuring 29.9 millimeters from 9 to 3, a handsome 10.8 millimeters thick, so it's not a thick watch, it's a slender vessel. And from lug to lug, a substantial 48.9 millimeters. A broad for a Reverso 22 millimeter spacing between the lugs means that if you want to accessorize with OEM or aftermarket straps, 22 is the size you would order. Now again, on my wrist, you can see that this is a handsome watch built for a much bigger man. The timepiece featuring a rich alligator leather strap. It's up to snuff accessory-wise. As you can see, the accessories are handsomely appointed with a dark brown alligator leather with a little bit of bolstering to add body and volume. You can see how it swells to match the volume of the lug profile. There's a monotone stitch, a folded edge. As you can see on the underside, there's calfskin, and it is a brand new JLC factory strap. It's equipped with a full deployment clasp, which is notable because these days JLC seems to pinch pennies by including pin buckles even on precious metal watches and flagship pieces. So to get a full double deployant feels appropriate to the status and stature not just of the Reverso, which is JLC's classic timepiece and company icon, but to a complicated flagship Reverso. The watch features the complexity and contradictions inherent in every Reverso case. The original Reverso, designed as a sports watch back in 1931, was redolent of art décoratif or art deco styling techniques, modernist in its way. The details include more complexity than you'd guess just from looking at the soldier shot, which leaves the watch looking rather squared off and rectangular. In fact, it has a vaulted barrel-like profile with a lovely curvature and camber and conical squared-off lug profiles. There's a tension between the straight lines and the curves here that doesn't come across when you only see the watch from the front. You'll also note that the gadroons, or the strakes, wrap around the case in lush fashion. The case back itself, as you can see, features a satin finish as well as individual numbering. This was a limited series of 500, and unlike some brands, JLC gives you individual engravings, so each watch literally is, in that respect, unique. Now the timepiece features a dial that is classical Reverso with simple, no-nonsense, vertically oriented black Arabic numerals. There is a billowing curtain-like form, as you can see, guilloche, that drapes from the top to the bottom along the hour track, and then inboard you can see that there's a staggered horizontal hobnail style cut, so two contrasting guilloche styles and a sunken sub-register for constant seconds. Because this watch uses the 975 auto tractor as its base movement, it has technical refinements you will not find in a standard Reverso, such as stop seconds when you pull the crown, the ability to stop the seconds and synchronize the time. This Reverso features a date. It also features an independent hour hand. Note that the watch continues to keep time and that the reverse time, that is the reference time zone, features absolutely no movement as I set that dial side primary time zone independently from the rear. Also note the ability to set the date forward or backwards as you're traveling across the international date line. That's handy for world wanderers who want to keep their watch on time, but at the same time reflect the correct day. Now flipping the watch over, you can see how it works on its second dial. Whereas the original Reverso of 1931 featured a solid case back designed to deflect the blows of polo mallets, the glass, after all, was crystal back then, and the literal glass could shatter under the impact of mallets. So the original caseback was solid steel. Today, the Reverso serves as a dual-sided template for complications. You have a second time zone with a 24-hour indicator, day and night, down at its base. Note this side is actually loomed, so in the dim light of aircraft cabins as you travel, you'll be able to reference your illumined time zone. So this is when the watch goes into travel time mode. You can see that this is where you set your home time, that is the time where you are not. You'll also note that the dial features a lovely guilloche pattern outboard and dished registers for the 24-hour time and 12-hour time inboard with rose gold hands. Inside you have the caliber 986, which is a large, properly sized and shaped caliber based on the modern 975 auto tractor, free sprung with a full balance bridge for shock resistance, adjusted in 5 positions like a chronometer. There's a laser welded hairspring that's laser welded at the stud and the collet for more impact resistance. This one is manual winding with the 28.8 beat rate, that is 8 beats per second or 4 hertz, a 48-hour power reserve. Of course, you've got the dual time capability and the date and the stop seconds. All of that with 19 joules, and it goes through the master 1000 hours control, a test of power reserve, chronometric precision, and because it's a full cased up test of the entire watch, it involves a more comprehensive test than the bare movement Swiss COSC chronometer test. All of this 30 meters water resistant, but then again, it's not an aquatic watch. This is a timepiece for the ages, whatever time zone you happen to frequent. You can see this Grande Reverso Duodate and make it yours on the watch box. Grande Reverso Duodate home time dial at night.